Okay, so this is Unit 7 and I've decided to do it on a video because I find it much easier than writing it all out. So over the weeks I have been kind of jotting a few bits down, so I'm just going to kind of sum it all up really, the Unit 7. Okay, so week 1, 2 and 3. So in week 1 I've written here, after doing my skills audit I identified exactly what my weaknesses were and set my targets. So my targets, and I set 3 because I feel like I needed 3 targets, was number 1, to ensure that I am persistent with my website. So that's something I found quite difficult last term and managed to cram like a term's work into like 2 days, and it was really stressful, and yeah. And then number 2 is to be punctual and improve attendance, because I do tend to be quite late. And also, yeah, my attendance wasn't great last term, but that's, I think, because as well I was quite ill. And then number 3 is to have full concentration in class. Now that's probably one I found the most difficult because I've got a lot of people that I'm friends with, but I did identify the fact that I need to sometimes kind of put that behind me, the fact that I'm in class with friends, and just be more professional. Okay, so I've written here, so how did I plan to do this? So first of all, I planned, so for the first one, which was to ensure I'm persistent, was to keep on top of it, and when it is set, to just do it as soon as it's set, or do it that weekend, give myself time slots, know that I need to sit down and do that, you know, make sure I don't plan anything, so that I've got that half an hour that I can just get on with it. And then for the being punctual and more attendance, I did things such as set my clock back 5 minutes, and even though that might seem silly, like, it's quite good because it makes sure you kind of, if you are going to be late, like by 5 minutes, you're not. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of. Okay. And then number 3, which was obviously have full concentration, I kind of put for that, I think that's a lot about me as well as about other people, so don't sit next to people that I know might distract me, and also just kind of be more professional and just have that ability to have discipline within yourself, or myself, not yourself. So yeah, so how would this help with my professional development? So I've written here that it will help with my professional development because it will make me seem like I am more enjoyable of the course, and that makes no sense. Okay, so basically, let me sum up what it says here. So basically, it would help my professional development because it means that it would show that I'm willing and that I am enjoying it, and that I'm not just there to have a good time, because at the end of the day it is a drama course that needs to be kind of seen as professional. And if you're going into that industry, it's also very professional. So to start now disciplining myself in all those different ways is really good. And with the website, obviously, it will just be so much easier for me in every way. So yeah, that's how I think it will help my professional development. So yeah, and then I've got week 3 and 4 here. Wait, oh yeah, that's here. So week 3 and 4 is where we did, I think it's, yeah, week 4, 5 and 6. And within, I think it was week 4, we did a little kind of catch up with Dave, and we did a little presentation. So this is what I said in the presentation. So again, those were because we kind of re-looked at those targets we'd set and see how we were doing. So yeah, so you guys know what my 3 targets are because I've said them. I also identified a weakness. Now, this wasn't so much a target, more of just a weakness that I identified within myself, which was that taking constructive criticism not personally, because often, not so much when kind of lecturers do it, but if someone else in the class gives me constructive criticism, I'm very quick to think that it's because they don't like me or something. Probably just my own insecurities, even though I'm not an insecure person, but yeah. And then also I put don't allow personal problems to come in the way of kind of being professional and being able to have a good time on the course, because as soon as you kind of get to that door, you need to leave it behind you. So this was what I wrote as kind of what I said about, this was me reviewing my targets. This was in week 4, 5 and 6, so this was after a few weeks of trying out my targets. So I have 100% attendance for this term, which I'm very pleased with, because last term I had 78% attendance. This has shown me that I can do it when I'm motivated. So yeah, I definitely know that my attendance improved. I just started, you know, your bed really isn't that great. Well, it is, but do you know what I mean? And then also with the keeping up my website, I've written here that keeping up my website this term, I've actually found very easy when I got my head down and did it. I don't know what that says either, I've got terrible writing. But yeah, so basically keeping up with my website in week 4, 5 and 6, it was going really well. And I've done a lot of research, I've done extensive research. I've done things that in the back here that I wrote a little, let's find it. Okay, so I showed that, so within my website I was showing that I have a full understanding of the subject and where it sits in history, its impact on the future and the past, and then on my research as well, I've shown detail in my research, in my own words, coming up with my own conclusions. I've been imaginative and shown my own comprehension of the subject. And then planning, I also felt at this point that I was planning for myself coherent skills, knowledge, lots of research, extensive research, setting targets, evaluating, setting more targets, clear communication and sophisticated thinking. And then with my presentation, it's about being confident in what you kind of know. So I definitely felt like in the weeks 4, 5 and 6 that I was really kind of hitting those targets. And then yeah, so and then now I've got the last, where is it? Oh no, okay, so and then this was a bit about my personal response. So my personal response was after those few weeks I kind of still kept my targets there, but I definitely did feel like they went down a lot. I felt like I had kind of let myself down with regards to, because we started doing the personal response, and then the personal response was, it was hard work when you're also trying to learn a script and also trying to keep up with your website. I think, if I'm honest, I was a little bit overwhelmed, and I kind of took the practical things that I could do more easily and kind of took the easy route, which is a shame because I really let myself down because I started lagging on my website and not putting things up. I was still kind of doing it every now and then, but not as much as I was at the start, and I know at the start it made me feel really good when I actually was doing it properly. So I thought that was a shame. So I think what I could have, and then what else? Okay, so no, I did find that actually my concentration improved because I was finding things harder and because it was practical. My concentration was improving. So that was a target that I kept kind of, I actually think that wasn't so good at the beginning, and then I kind of started to go in once I realised it was more serious and I've got to get my head down. But yeah, and again, to be punctual and improve attendance in week 4, in the first few weeks it was really good. I had 100% attendance, as you heard a minute ago. But then I was ill for a week, I think it was, which was a real shame. But I was really, really poorly. But you know, you can't really, I'm really sorry, but my dog's just farted. Dylan, you can't really, yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so I don't know what I was saying. So yes, I can't really blame myself because I was poorly. So having full concentration, and then to ensure I'm persistent with the website. I think that's the one that really I really let myself down. Like, I didn't keep up with that target, and yeah. So that is my kind of conclusion for Unit 7. Sound.